you did the front to back of the chest. Did you get up top to the head? You are doing underhand. So if you do this underhand here, and then you do the figure 8 behind you, look to your right. And as you look to your right, try and make the plane parallel to your hip line, but behind you. Now what this requires is you open your arm like this, back behind you, which is awkward if you don't have that flexibility. And then what you have to do is push the poi down and out so you're pumping to the side. Once you start feeling it there, you can look forward. And then look back and see, check your work. Is it holding, or did the plane collapse? And then look back to the front. And then look to the side, check your work, and look to the front. Then you can start moving it up. Then look to the side, check your work, look to the front. Move it up, check your work. Look to the front. Move it up, check your work, look to the front. Move it in, check your work, look to the front, and now try and hold it there. And I don't know if that helped at all. Here's a note for you to know for yourself. This is much harder than this. And in general, you want to be closer to down here than up here. So your elbow should be bent, and your hand would be as close, okay, that does look different. Your hand would be close to your head, like it appears to be now. And then one tip that might help you when you're practicing, especially because you're going to be moving from space to space, is using the confines of the space to measure your planes. So like that wall is easy for me to see, or this curtain is easy for me to see. If I'm trying to see if my plane is straight, align my hip line parallel to the wall that I'm using. And then when I'm looking back here, make sure it's parallel to the wall. You got it up here. Now let's do this slightly differently. If you come, I think you're underhand, so you come down here, do the chest high one, and now move your arm up as you're doing the figure 8, and then move it in. And if you feel like you're losing the plane, just look to the side and hold that position, and then look to the front. And then if you lose it, look back to the side, so that you can gradually get it all the way up here to right over the crown of your head. So if this is your front plane, you have a slight skew so that when it's crossing to the left side of your body, it angles back a little bit. In order to fix it, what you want to do is, if you imagine, are you old enough to have used an analog clock? No, I'm serious. You seem like you might be in your early 20s, and I had a client 5 years ago who at 19 had never used an analog clock, so I said clockwise in class, and he was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, good. So you're going clockwise with the poi. As the poi is going from, say, 4:30 to 7, what you want to do with your fingertips, because your fingertips are sort of the steering wheel, you want to aim them across the bottom in the line parallel to your hip line, just up top here. And then because you're fighting gravity to keep the poi up, you need to give it an extra woomph or whoosh across the bottom, if that makes sense. It's a technical term. So you want to flick it to the left on the parallel line to help get the plane straighter. And what you can do as an exercise for yourself is just practice holding it, or if I were to mirror you, practice holding it here so that you learn how to do it. Now, if I were to get closer to you without hitting anything, and you looked at my hand, this is lower than I would actually do it. I would do it more up here. But I want you to be able to see my hand. Wait, I'll get down lower. Hold on. Okay. So if you look at this, you might notice that I'm using more wrist now, and I'm not actually grabbing that tight with my hand. And the rotation of my wrist across the bottom is creating the whoosh rather than just the fingertips. So you can use different joints of your arm. The metaphor that I like to use is, imagine your arm is a sperm. The head of the sperm, like if you think of the poi itself is like the head of the sperm. Your arm is the tail. And when you think of the tail of a sperm, it wiggles around, right? There's 4 different places that make the wiggle. Your fingertips, your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder, right? So each one of those can be used or locked So if you're finding you're having a hard time controlling it, maybe you're locking your elbow, or maybe you're locking your wrist, or maybe you're like really clenched in your fingers or your shoulder. So that's as a general thing, notice for the looseness throughout those joints and the relationship that they have to creating what I call this wiggle effect. If you can't do the wiggle, you're probably not going to be able to do fine adjustment of the planes. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Can you tell I love this? I love it so much. It really changed my life. It made me so much more body aware. It's helped me feel more confident in my body. I became a better dancer. I can move better. I got into it as a rehabilitation after I had a 4-car head-on collision, so it's like really helped me with a lot of healing. And then, I mean, it's a really cool party trick. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's one of the things I love about it too. It's so portable. I feel like hula hoops are so inconvenient. Even stabs. Like this one, it's just like it collapses on itself. You just have to stick it in your bag, but like, or you could wear it as an accessory, like a belt. I mean, well, I mean, it'd be a weird accessory, but you know, I'm old enough to remember the 70s.